Welcome back to Tomb Raider 2 with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So, below the area where we dealt with the boulders is this area with a rather deep pool and the golden ocean beneath. That thing in the middle, that is actually a secret, believe it or not. Yes, that is a thing here. But it's weird they left a secret out in the middle, but whatever. This area is ripe for a bit of swimming through. So indeed, let's have a look. There's that thing in the middle which I have not picked up yet. Mainly because there's a lot of ammo down here. Even though I did do the old weapons sheet. There are also a couple of eels down here. Or is it barracuda? I don't know. But I might as well get rid of them once I surface. Either that or use the harpoon gun. The harpoon gun is probably the best bet here. Because at least I do have the ammo for it here. And it's easier to use if I can't find anywhere to surface. There is somewhere to surface because there's that area over there. But I'm more than happy using the harpoon to spear those guys. And then go down here to the right into this room. And let's see what's in here. I'll probably need a torch to light my way, but whatever. Okay, some M16 ammo there. There's also a pathway there, and apparently my game started glitching. Oh well, too late now. So yeah, anything else? Well, a giant fishy in the corner. Not on a little dishy. But yeah, down there is a thing, and then it starts to go back to normal after that glitching. Very rare for that to do so, but I'm glad it did, to be honest. So down here to get... Don't bite me, mate, seriously. At least the harpoon gun is useful here. And I'll get some air. I don't want Lara to drown, absolutely not. So I'm significantly lowering the population of Alaskan barracuda. But never mind. In most of these rooms you can actually see where you're going thanks to the bright golden floor here, seriously. In any normal case, it would be that Lara would pretty much end up a human candle here, but not here this time. Okay, so we get this rather, not a spherical, no, but very shapely shape, if I can call it that. And then I'll see what's in... I think I've been into that pool in the middle, to be honest. There's another area beyond there. We still don't know where those double doors we opened are, because, yeah, that's a mystery. Another place we can jump in there, but, I don't know. I'll just jump over here. Well, I may do a running jump, indeed I will. And we're back over here. Like before, we can't go through the things. That's not great. But never mind. I'm guessing I can go through here anyway. I'll probably have to do a running jump, but there you go. And yes, we will also finish the Furnace of the Gods level. That leaves the last of the main levels, Kingdom, in the next episode. More on that when we go there. And whatnot. But for now, I will just go nowhere at all. Seriously, I'm just running in circles. So I'm back in the boulder room, it seems. And let's see, can I light things up a bit? That would be nice. I start glitching again, or whatever. You can actually see a ladder over there to the left. And now we do have a way of getting down here. Then we may have done before, but there were the boulders here, so we want to be careful here. And then make our way around and pull up here, where we will see whatever this is. Don't worry, the glitching does end after a bit. Seriously, it's really annoying, that is. Okay, so let's use a flare here, if we can. I certainly think we can do so. And go on. So jump up and get down. Or something. Then move on. Now, this is not going to be easy here. In this room we have, well, a dead end. But these are the double doors we opened before, seemingly. And we can go through here anyway. And we're back in the water room, so that's not so great. And we have a dead end as well. Great. Not what I wanted at all. I wanted to go further on, but the game says no. Swimming, we will find ourselves eventually going through a couple of doors again, if we can find them. And this whole area is huge. Where we're going is towards this ramp here. And indeed, get out of the water. And there's a couple of the double doors there. Then we have to place that gold nugget. That's what that really thing shape was. It's shaped just like one of the gemstones of the Tibet levels. And then we have this, a giant waterfall. Now here is where things get really complicated because we have a, well, we'll see in a moment. A spike wall, yes. However, there's also a long climb up, if that makes any sense. And it probably does. So we'll do that. There's the spike wall. And a spinning thing there. I don't know why I turned Lara into a candle, but I did. I don't think I did save at least, because that would have been a pain otherwise to go back through the whole underwater area. Apparently the spike wall does not trigger until we get there. And unfortunately, stupid spinning steel blade is annoying. Yeah, that goes first before... Oh, maybe not. Maybe not! And I love how I'm taking my time with this. Seriously? But... them's the breaks, I guess. Yeah, it's weird, really weird to see the spike wall advancing on its own instead of towards Lara. That is really weird. Both of them, actually. But now I can save at least and make it a bit easier to jump between the platforms. So now I'll just wait for that steel thingy to spinning steel blade to get to the other end. Let's see what's in here anyway. Seems to be more golden stuff, seriously. So we have a giant golden temple here in the middle of this area. Some more flares here as well. And seemingly another dead body. Well, I'm taking your medipack, mate. And then we're going back. Yeah, because there's nothing else here. And I have got the thing out of the way. I'm guessing I'll just have to save. Oh, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. And run and jump, get to the other end, and do the same with the next one. Now here, yeah, that's golden water or whatever it is. Pure gold, so yeah, that's not going to be great. I'm guessing the next other two rooms to the right of the thing are also pretty much hot gold as well. Jump before you die. So you can actually see a ledge there on the right. Indeed, I'm going to go to said ledge. And then, well, it isn't immediately obvious, but follow the pathway around and you'll find another ledge to the left of that one. And we can pull up here. And basically what we're trying to do here is make our way to the top of the golden temple here. And go down to the next level. Yes, we are very close indeed to the end of Golden Mask. And indeed, that's been quite fun to cover actually. A lot different from my Tomb Raider 2 Let's Play, I'll say that. Mainly because I'm doing it blind, of course, but also the fact that, also before I go on, there's that on the top there, this ladder we can grab and walk up. While seeing the absolute spectacle of the gold falling down right next to us, seriously. Something that was not possible, I think, in the original release on the PC, seriously. But that being said, now I want to use a flare. Yeah, because there are a couple of things here. Well, almost as this ladder. Another one. More climbing to do, I'm afraid. Well, Lara's used to it. She just called it ascending in Tomb Raider Legends, so I'll believe her there. Even if it was a different continuity, although having said that, Crystal Dynamics is trying to unite the thing, including doing another remake of Tomb Raider 1. I don't know how I feel about that after Anniversary was just so glitchy and everything. Seriously, but never mind. Jump the gap. Because we know Lara does not like being turned to gold, as we saw from Midas's palace. So what's down here? Nothing, it seems. I'll keep going down, I guess. That just leads back to the ledge we fell off of. That's not so great. Let's try again, shall we? So, again, I'm going to go around the edge. Now, this pit can be a bit tricky, because, firstly, given how deep it is, what we're aiming for is the crumbling tile blocks. And since we can't do a safety jump, we'll have to be careful here. So, yeah, down into the... Okay, that's not water. But it was funny. No, we want to... not do that. Okay, we can actually do a safety drop. Okay, and there's a ladder going down towards the crumbling tiles there, which does help. I suppose I could do, but... Yeah, well, why not? Go down easily that way. And then be careful of where you stand, basically. And yeah, if you do grab one of the tiles, it will not crumble until Lara steps on it, strangely enough. Yeah, Tomb Raider logic. Now here, this is going to be a bit harder, because what we're aiming to do is aim towards the center there. I'm going to use a medipack so Lara don't die. There we go. And then you'll slide down here to the very end of the slope, after which Lara will end up being kidnapped by someone. Yeah, seriously, I'm not kidding. This looks like a cage. And some other people are in cages. That's where we're heading to next. Seriously.